Good morning, everyone. So happy to see all of you here. And I know a few others will be joining, and this will also be recorded. So you can all share this to your colleagues if they can't join us right now. So you can have the link afterwards, so you can share it to the team of yours and to your colleagues that you're working with. Today, we're going to talk about O&M as a brand. We're going to cover mainly the retail, and we're going to also talk a lot about the clean liquids, about clean tones, about core color and the brand in total. But we're going to focus about the retail because I know that the things you just got and that we just are launching in the UK at the moment, and we're really excited for that. And I know many of you are excited to get started with not just only the retail, but with the entire brand of O&M. So my name is Nira, and I'm creative director of SBS, the company where O&M is distributed and imported in the UK. And I know many of you already, and I had the honor to meet many of you when I visited Manchester earlier this season, when we had a launch of the liquids, and we had an event in Manchester. Brand of O&M is obviously an Australian brand. It's founded by this incredible woman called Josie. She is actually British, but she's been living in Australia for many years, and that's where she created this brand, which is a globally really big brand. It's not small, it's not unestablished, it's really big in Australia, in Europe, in many countries all over the world. I know it will be just even bigger, and we are so happy to have O&M finally launched in the UK, because as I said before, UK is in one way a small country, but this country's got a huge impact in this industry, in the hairdressing industry, in the beauty industry, in the fashion industry. So it was definitely about time that O&M was launched in the UK. And when I visited Manchester last time, we were in this beautiful venue, had a launch talking about styling, about the liquids. You could meet each other, and Josie, the founder, she was actually there. She was in France going to the US, but she came just over the day to visit us because she wanted to meet you. She wanted to meet all of you customers, which basically says it all, what kind of woman she is. Just incredible. And we were so happy to have her there, and we were so happy to see all of you there. And we know there will be many more fun things coming in Manchester, all over the UK, when it comes to O&M, and that would be just amazing. By that time we had that event, we hadn't launched the retail, we hadn't launched the color, it was just the liquids. And I know many of you have worked with the liquids for a couple of months now, since this summer. And many of you, I've seen the results that you are creating from these clean liquids, and they are just incredibly good. And this is just the best introduction to the brand, because many of you work with glosses and toners and of course color and retail from many different brands. And the liquids are just so good as an introduction to this brand, because it's easy to use, it's really clean, it's really mild, you get incredible results, and that goes along with all the lines in the UK. It goes together with the core color, it goes really well together with the retail and together with the clean tones. O&M, yes, it's Australian. As many of you know, you that follow Original Mineral on Instagram, I hope you follow many of their big ambassadors and their educators, so you can see what they are creating down in Australia. There's also so many artists around Europe, in France, in Belgium, Holland, Germany, Spain, Sweden, Denmark, that are working with this brand and are showing us wonderful results. And it's not just about the results, it's also about what the products really are and what they do for the hair and what they can do for your salon and what they can do for your business. Because we all know there's so many brands out there, and we just want the absolute best brands for you. That's why on SBS, we just provide you with the absolute best brands that are vegan, cruelty-free, has got really high performance, and are really premium brands that works for salons and are only sold to salons. O&M and Josie, she started this by herself. And that is something that I'm thinking of almost daily, because that is something that many of you can have in mind. Many of you younger stylists, young hairdressers that are in the beginning of your journey in this industry, you can have that in mind, because she is one woman that started this all by herself, and you can just see where it is right now. It's a globally huge brand that are just growing and growing and growing, and we have a beautiful community that runs through the entire world, where everyone is a part of it. And we feel like to create something like that, it takes something special, so much dedication from her, so much knowledge, an amazing network. But this is just something special. And for all those young girls out there, and for all of you out there, her journey is something that we can have in mind to show that anything is possible. Absolutely anything is possible. And what she's created with this brand is something that fills all the gaps in all other brands you're working with. I can promise you that. And because it covers everything that you need when working in a salon, it covers everything you need when working with a brand, recommending it to customers, get beautiful color results, get shiny, beautiful, and really, really good looking hair, because that is what we do. That is what we do on a daily basis. I've had a salon myself. I've been self-employed in salons in Sweden, in Denmark, and I've been freelancing for many, many years. So I know how it is to have a salon, to run a salon, to have a team around you. I know how it is to be juggling all those things and to be not always 100% sure what to choose when it comes to different brands. But when it comes to O&M, if I've had the opportunity to have O&M when I had a salon here in Sweden, I would definitely have used it. And I've used all the parts because, as I said, O&M covers everything. I know you've been using the liquids, and those liquids, as you know, are looking like this, a little bottle. At the moment, 23 shades of them, that goes from darker brown to orangey, reds, there is violets, there is ashy browns, there is pearl blondes, and it goes to from a level 4 up to a level 10, and they're all intermixable. They're used with this 1.8% activator, and there also comes a clear to it. What's good to know, I know you're using the liquids a lot. I know we talk about the liquids every day. I talk about the liquids every day with you. And I've been doing that for months now, and it's beautiful to see how well you do with them, the performance, the ingredients, and how well you work with them. What is good to know about these liquids is that you should always shake them before you use them, because they are an oil-based liquid. So if you do not shake them, just have them in your cupboard, they will separate, and that will end up with you getting different results depending on where in the bottle you are. So say you are not using an entire bottle for a customer, you may be using this for example, an 8O, you might be using it for a root tap or a root melt or something, or mix it into another one. If you just pour it out, you get some part of it out and you have the rest in the bottle. And if you don't shake it, you will have one result now when you use it today, and you will have another result when you use the rest of the bottle for tomorrow. So always make sure to shake this liquid bottle. If you do that, when you start shaking it, you can feel there's a liquid inside it. But when you've been shaking it, that blends and it becomes really silent, because then it's really well blended. And that goes for the activators in core colors as well, because I will run through that later. But when it comes to O&M, there are many oils in them. There are coconut oil, macadamia oil, argan oil, so many different Australian native plants, berries, fruits, and those need to be blended. You can have the same example with a conditioner. Shake it before you use it, especially during winter when it's getting colder. You might have just got a delivery from SBS and the bottles are a bit cold. Then they will be thicker, and if you shake them, they will start to blend and you get the optimal consistency of it. The liquids, they are PPD free, they are resorcinol free, they are ammonia free, and what's good to know is they are pH neutral. They give a really high shine, and these liquids can be used for a color introduction, for gray blending, to refresh a color, for tonings, or for color correction. So they're really versatile, and they can be used after you've used a core color as a second application. With these, they can be used as pre-pigmentation, and you can use them on any hair. They are a gel formula, so you can use them in a tint bowl or with an applicator bottle. It's all up to you what you prefer to use when you're working. I always prefer to add the gloss when I'm back in the chair, not that much in the basin. I feel I get better control when using it in the chair when the hair is either dry or cleansed and towel dry. This one, the liquids, can together with a clear lighten the result up to one level. So say I'm having an 8O, I'm using 50% of liquid, 50% clear, so I can get it up to a 9O. This clear also helps you to pastelize a color, to soften a tone. And it's a really great one to make sure to not oversaturate a color. You use the liquids and mix them 1-to-1. And the maximum time to leave them on is 30 minutes. You can use them on dry hair, you can use them on damp, but make sure to not use them on too wet hair, because then you mix it out with too much water. So towel dry or dry hair. And how to use those liquids? Welcome home to me, by the way. It's sunny day in Sweden. Hope it is in the UK as well. How to use the liquids when you're applying them and when distributing them are, of course, as I said, tint bowl and brush, applicator bottle, but how then to distribute them. I feel like the best way to distribute the liquids is with a brush. I have 2 different ones here that I use and that I really feel are really good to use when using the liquids. It's the same brushes that I use when I use the clean tones. To get an even result, to get it to make it really saturate everything, and to make sure I'm not using too much product. So I'm always using a brush, not like a comb or anything when I'm distributing the liquids or the clean tones. When you're doing a color correction with these liquids, you shake. You can mix it 1 to 2 in dry, unwashed hair. And that is if you're doing a color correction or if you're doing a pre-pigmentation. If you're doing a pre-pigmentation, also 1 to 2, you leave it on, you rinse, you shampoo, you rinse, towel dry, and then you apply your target shade. And that you can leave on to process for 30 minutes. They have macadamia seed oil, prickly pear seed oil, acai fruit oil, and chamomile extract. And this one, they leave the hair really tangle and frizz-free. It seals in moisture. And those ingredients that I just mentioned, the oils, the macadamia oils, the prickly pear seed oil, they help to prevent environmental damage and help the hair from breakage. And those ingredients, they are not just there to make it sound and look good. They're really there for a reason. And those native Australian extracts, some of them are anti-inflammatory. Some help provide the hair with C vitamin or E vitamin or with proteins. And also they can help to brighten the hair color and to add shine. I hope you really enjoy using the liquids because they are a wonderful service to use. I hope some of you saw the live I did together with Brittany Russell a few weeks back, an artist in the UK who's really working a lot with O&M right now. And she mentioned she's using the liquids a lot when she's doing low lights, to not get a patch with salt, to make sure it's saturated on the entire hair, because you can have different conditions and different areas of your hair, and those liquids, they really make sure that everything gets easily saturated and that you get a patch free and really glossy result. Keep on using the liquids as a toner, as a complete color service, or as something you do after using the color just for a gloss. Today, as I also mentioned and talked about with Brittany the other week, is that these toning services, they're a complete service of their own today. It's not like years ago when we didn't have that many options when it comes to toners or gloss, or we didn't do root melts or glossing the lengths in the same way, or even a face frame or anything. But today that is a complete service and takes time. And with the liquids, they can really help you with that service to make a really nice result. And so you can feel like this result also will last for the customer. To make the color last for the customer is, of course, to use the right shampoo, the right conditioner, the right treatments, the right styling products, to educate them into how to style their own hair and what products to use, and to make sure the color lasts until their next color appointment with you. O&M's got this called Clean Tones. It's 7 different pigmented treatments, from dark chocolate, it's called chocolate, and up to platinum. So it's 7 of them, but they're all really intermixable. So you can use them together or separate. I use them all quite much already, and they are so good to use. They're so good for you to recommend for the customers to take home, so they can maintain this color you've created up until the next time they visit you. These clean tones, they come, as I said, chocolate, that are meant to be used on a level around 4 to 6. Comes in red, also down 4 to 6, level. Then it's a copper and a caramel that is recommended to use in a hair on the level between roughly 6 to 8. There's a cool blonde that is recommended to be used on the level 7 to 9. It's this one. There's a beige recommended to be used on a level 7 to 10. And there's also this final one, the platinum one, which one is recommended to be used on a level 8 to 10. And these will maintain a really glossy, rich, shiny tone to your hair that really lasts. You use these clean tones on newly washed, towel-dried hair. Add gloves. Please add gloves, especially when you're working with those darker or redder or more coppery tones. Distribute it in the hair. As I mentioned with the liquids, I'm using my brushes. Leave it on for 3 to 10 minutes. For the first application, you can try to leave it on for maybe about 3 minutes. Then to level that up for every time the customer uses it. So start by not using it for that long and see what happens, how much the hair absorbs it, and then you can extend that time for every time you use it. And this can be used, I wouldn't recommend daily because you won't need daily, but it can be used on regular basis. And what's so amazing with this one is this is a treatment. So you use it after you've shampooed the hair, you've rinsed, towel dry, you add this one, leave it on, then you just rinse. You don't need any conditioner, you don't need any treatment. Then you just add your styling products, you dry and style as usual. So they are really good to use in salons. They come in liter bottles as well that you can have in the backwash. They look really good in the backwash. So you can use them there. And then it's so much easier for you to recommend them home to a customer if you are already using them in the backwash. And you can say, I've been using the Cool Blonde and I recommend you to bring this one home and to use it once every second week up until next time you come visit me in February. And as I said, they're all intermixable. So you can use them not just one tone for one hair. You can definitely mix if you feel like you want a cool blonde tone, but with a hint of beige. Or if you want a really rich chocolatey tone, but you want more warmth, you can add some of the copper. Or if you want a rich, dark chocolatey tone, but there is more red into it, just add a bit of red. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful service that you can use on any customer, because it adds so much shine. It can be used also for all those customers that are not coloring the hair. They are not using, you are not doing any color, any highlights, any toner. This one can really be good for all those customers to use. So they can be used by anyone. And when it comes to the retail, that is just launching in the UK right now, which is so exciting because this is something that we have been waiting for. Because when it comes to this retail range, as I said before with O&M, it covers everything. Everything from those really high shine products that contains heat protection, that gives you really shiny, nourished, healthy, good looking hair. So also all those textured products. So you can create those textured looks that really is something special. And you got dry shampoos, you got mousse, you got shampoos, conditioner, treatments, and they all go so well hand in hand together with each other. And they are easy to use and really logic to use for you. And when it's logic for you to use, it will be logic for the customers. Because if you can recommend it in an easy way for the customer, they will understand what to do with the hair, because that is everything that this is all about, for you to create beautiful hair and for you to make your customer to be able to do that kind of look at home, because they want to look good every single day, not just the day they come out from your salon. They want to look good next Tuesday. They want to look good in 2 weeks, in 5 weeks, up until their next appointment. And if they look good every single day, that will increase more customers to you, that will make more customers to your salon, and will make your business grow. And that is what I want to do for you. My main goal is for you to grow, for you to succeed, for you to shine. And with O&M, that is definitely possible. Because if you can recommend product to your customers so they look good every single day, when they are at work, when they are going for a Christmas party, when they are on a parents' evening at school, when they're out, wherever they are on holiday, their colleagues will ask them, you know, where do you do your hair? Because it looks so good. That is like the best receipt you can get. And if you teach your customers how to do their hair and know which product to recommend, they will use it at home and they will create what you just created at the salon. And because you have professional tools you're working with, you have hopefully the brush 3040 that you're working with, you can easily make the salon look at home and describe for them how to do it. And when it comes to the retail, it's not a massive range. It's a smaller range, so everyone can have it. All salons can stock it. Big salons with a big team, many stylists, a big shelf, maybe a big shop, but even the smaller salons can use the entire brand because it's not overloaded with products that you're not using. It's a smaller range and they are working together, and you can easily stock the entire brand and knowing that these products will not just stand on the shelf collecting dust. You will use them because there is so many ways for every product to be used. It's not like there's a product that just can be used for one thing. They're so versatile and so fun to work with. They look beautiful. The fragrance and the scent is absolutely amazing. It's just something special about them. The performance is outstanding. And the packaging it's just brilliant. If this weren't enough, we have the entire community of O&M that we want you to be a part of, because it's not just about products. It's not just about color, standing on your salon, making color. Today, just as this thing, assume where we can be together. This wasn't possible a couple of years back. And those global communities weren't possible. But now, thanks to Instagram, for TikTok, Facebook, and online platforms and educational platforms, it is possible. And having you as a part of this community that is global, that is globally big already, but will together with you grow even bigger. And as I said initially, when I mentioned Josie, the founder, she started this brand all by herself. Being a part of this community is an opportunity for you to show you that anything is possible. If you want to go on doing educations, there are opportunities. If you want to do more session styling, there is opportunities for that. So being a part of the communities O&M is creating, and that you and that we in the UK now are being a part of, that is just something that is so special. And we have the Clean Color Academy that I hope you are already joining. It's a free web portal with a lot of educations. The global educator, Gary, he is showing everything there, but from really basics when it comes to color, when it comes to chemistry. There's also a lot of stylists showing their work on that platform. That can give you a lot of inspiration, that can give you something to aim for the future. What if you were there one day on this platform, showing the world your styling and your colors and the way you work? There's also this core color group on Facebook where I want you to join, where you can see beautiful results. People ask questions. It's a closed group, and it's a really friendly group where you can ask questions, you can get advice, you can backtrack and see what people have been using for formulas, what colors they've been using, what styling products they've been using. And it's so inspirational, and it's all free for you to use. So except for the O&M Instagram page, for all those beautiful ambassadors working globally, there's also those groups on Facebook on Clean Color Academy. So please join that, all of you, and take your time to look it through, to really see what's happening there, because you can get so much, especially now when this brand is so new for you. Retail that you have in the salon, that you love to work with, that I know I get daily comments from you saying, oh, I love this product, it's so good, this is just what I've been missing for a long time now. I can totally agree, it's just amazing products. And as I said, it's not a massive product range. It's easily discovered. There is really good options for every product. And as you know, when it comes to cleanse, we got detox shampoo, which is a deep cleansing shampoo without drying out the hair. They have been changing the formula, so this product will be coming to the UK soon again, and you will love it. You can definitely use it in the backwash, using it as the first cleanse. If a customer's got a lot of buildups, a lot of products, or that kind of hair that really needs a deep cleanse. And after you've used that, you can choose in between the other shampoos in which direction you want to go. Because then we have Fine Intellect, we have Hydrate and Conquer, we have Maintain the Mane, and we have Conquer Blonde. Those shampoos and conditioners, they really do their job, and they provide you with all the things you need for that kind of hair type. I often say, which I know you agree with, that you often have one situation up here in your hair and then a completely different situation down here, right? I do, because here we do not have that much color. We do not have that much. The root hasn't been through 3 summers, seawater, pool water, color whiteness, a lot of styling tools. So feel free to mix in between the ranges, because I know I talked with one customer the other day just about this. Fine Intellect can be a really good shampoo to use because that adds volume. It's a really mild and fresh shampoo that keeps the volume up. It's lightweight. It contains lily pilly, which is an Australian kind of natural ingredient, which is that so many ingredients that are kind of unfamiliar to us in the Europe, but that is really providing something good into the products. It contains lily pilly and keratin. It won't heavy or weigh your hair down, so it's a perfect shampoo for all you with finer or thinner hair. And then you can add something else on the length. You can add the Hydrate and Conquer conditioner, the Maintain the Mane conditioner, or one of the masks or treatments if you want that. So feel free to choose when you're working in the backwash, when recommending shampoos and conditioners to your customers, or when you're using it on yourself, to feel free to mix in between the ranges to make it the best possible way and experience for your hair. Fine intellect, as I said, volume and repair. It's lightweight. It's super, super good for fine, thinner hair. Really good for all those who's got a sensitive scalp. Can be used as a daily wash. When it comes to Hydrate and Conquer shampoo, it's for thicker hair, to repair, to moisture, for chemically treated hair. And it got also this Tasmanian sea kelp that really repairs the hair. And this one can be, of course, if you got a super fine, thin hair that really wants to be super, super flat, can be too heavy, of course, nothing wrong with that. So, but this shampoo for all those with curly hair, with thicker hair, with more damaged hair, a brilliant, brilliant shampoo that's got a conditioner to it as well. Maintain the Mane. This one adds moisture without adding weight. So this one is a perfect shampoo, like everyday shampoo for all those customers or for you that washes your hair daily or quite often. It's a mild one as well, just as all the O&M shampoos are. So use this one as an everyday shampoo. Really good to use in the backwash. Works for everyone. And as I said, it adds a lot of moisture, but it doesn't add weight. The Conquer Blonde, they got violet pigments and also added aloe vera for moisture. So it won't dry the hair out. It keeps it really moisture, shiny, healthy, and got those violet pigments to get rid or to neutralize unwanted yellow tones. Of course, that Conquer Blonde range, shampoo and conditioner, can be used with the other shampoos and conditioners. So you can use the Conquer Blonde shampoo, for example, and then you can use the Hydrate and Conquer conditioner. It's all depending on what your customer needs and what's best for their hair. There are 2 masks, 2 treatments. They really, really do magical things for the hair. This one is called 7-Day Miracle. It's moist for damaged hair. And this one, they got the O&M signature blend, oil blend of coconut oil, macadamia oil. And this one leaves the hair really frizz-free, soft, and quite silky in a good way. And the Power Base is this one called. This one, it's got rice proteins in it. And it strengthens and boosts the hair and adds and boosts like the hair growth. And it's infused with shea butter in this one. So they are really, both these treatments, they're really rich. They add a lot of moisture, the Power Base with rice proteins. And they give you a really, really good boost for all hair types. I hope you have been using all the shampoos, conditioners, and treatments by now. And if you haven't, please do, because I always want to challenge my customers and you to, if you're saying, oh no, I'm not, I haven't used that one, I don't know what to do, but just try it, use it. If you don't feel like you get the right way of using it, please contact me and I will help you. When it comes to styling, the O&M styling is what we've been waiting for, to be honest. It got so many products that are just can't compete with anything else. It just something special. I know there's a few products that are out of stock in the UK at the moment, but they will all be there. Don't you worry, they will be there. And when they are, you're going to love them, just as you already love the ones you already have. The first product that I always talk about, because I really do love it, it's the styling product called No Knot. It's a kind of nude bottle with a mist that is actually the first product that Josie developed, because she wanted something for her children when they were younger, something all of us with kids know we struggle with brushing their hair. We struggle with brushing our customers' hair because it can end up really detangled or tangled and be really hard to detangle. But this No Knot really helps us with that. It's together with so many others of the styling products in O&M, it got heat protection up to 260 degrees and UV protection as well. Because as I often say, UV protection, it's just as important for the hair as it is for our body and our face and our skin when we go on holidays or when we are being out in the sun. Not this year that much, but we always put on like SPF when we're going to Mallorca for a holiday, on our bodies, on our faces. It's the same thing that we should do when we're out in the sun for our hair. And that's why there is a really good UVB filter in so many of the styling products in O&M. Also in this No Knot, heat protection and UVB protection. It's a really, really good detangler. You spray it onto towel dried hair. Use it before you blow dry. Use it before you cut a hair. It's super good for all hair types. It will not weigh the hair down. It will not make the hair greasy or messy or anything. It will just blend in the hair and make a beautiful, beautiful result. Totally frizz-free and free from knots. I hope you will use it when you get it. And when you get it, I know you will use it a lot and you will recommend it. This is a product, No Knot, that you can recommend to all of your customers. I mean, all of them. And hand in hand with No Knot comes a tonic, which is also having UV protection in it. And this is a thickening spritz. So this one is a product you add onto damp hair before you blow dry. You can layer it on to add volume, to add a bit of texture, not super, super much texture, but you add just that texture and that thickened feeling you want to a finer hair that you want to do like a really good blow dry or something with a lot of volume. This one is the one to use. And it is like this when it comes to O&M care, styling, finishing products. What I will tell you is you can easily break it down into 3 steps, like 3 sections when you're starting working on a hair. The first step, I'm sorry if it's a bit noisy here. We have constructors here renovating our house. For a special thing, you have 3 different sections, which you can have in mind. Then it will be so much easier for you to recommend it to your customers, just as I said earlier. You have the first step, which is cleanse and hydrate. It is shampoo, conditioner, treatment. Cleanse and hydrate. The second step is the foundation. This is what you add before you cut as a cutting lotion, before you blow dry, before it's often more wet products or serums or creams or mists or things like that. It's the foundation, because creating a beautiful hair is not just to add a lot of products when you already have dried the hair, maybe curled it, or done like this, like the look of it. It's not just to add a lot of products there, because then it will just end up flat and you want to build it up from the beginning. So first step, cleanse and hydrate. The second step, foundation. Here is where you add volume, you add UVB, you add heat protection, and you add if you want to make it more textured or if you want to make it more smooth, silky, shiny. The third step and the final step in this 3-step section is the finish. And the finish is what you add when the hair is dry, styled, or about to be styled. It's those dryer sprays, texture sprays, Physiologic shine spray, dry shampoos, hairspray, those kinds of products comes in the third step. So the first step, cleanse and hydrate. Second step, foundation. Third step, fixation. Is exactly like our skin routine. It's just what we do with our face. We cleanse and hydrate. Then we add the foundation. If that is a foundation, if it's a CC cream, if it's just a tinted moisturizer, we add the products we want to use, and then the fixation, like a setting spray or like the final highlight. So it's the same thing we do with our hair. Hydrate, cleanse and hydrate, foundation, and fixation. The 3 steps that you can also recommend to your customers. A tonic, spritz onto damp hair, blow dry it in. We have Surf Bomb, also with UVB filter, gives texture and movement to the hair. This can be added into damp hair, you can blow dry it in, you can use it on dry hair, you can spray it onto your hand or directly into the hair. It's a mist, it's not an aerosol, so use it on a bit of a distance so it doesn't become just wet in the hair. And it's a beautiful product to use where you want that kind of beachy feeling. You can layer it to become more textured and more volume if you want to. The 4th styling product is called Style Guru, and that is a product just as No Knot, the first one I mentioned, that you can use for everything. It's got heat protection, it's got UV filter, you can use it for like a bouncy blow dry. This Style Guru is really good for curls when you want this really bouncy, shiny, good looking curls, and it's really good to help build up volume. You use the Style Guru as a cutting lotion if you feel like you want a product in when doing the cut and when working with the hair to make it run more smoothly and to just make the hair in more control. This Style Guru is so versatile and you can use it on all hair types. I know this has from the early start been a favorite for so many of you. Project Sucroy, which is also a product you can use in damp hair or in dry, depending on what kind of result you want or what you want to add. It's got heat protection, it smoothens out the hair, it adds a lot of shine, and it repairs the hair. I always use this one before I blow dry, together with a Physiologic serum. And then, day 2, when I do not style my hair again, I can just run this one through my hair to add shine, to tame some frizz, and to make the hair look good again. And Project Sucroy, also a really versatile product, will not weigh the hair down, can be used on really fine hair too, when you want heat protection, you want shine, in damp hair or in dry. Don't forget this one. When it comes to more shine, because we love shine, and that is something that O&M is really, really good at. We got Physiologic, the serum, and we got Physiologic, the shine spray. Physiologic, the serum, is a part of that foundation step, step 2. It's a product, a serum, where you add in damp hair before you blow dry, it cuts down the drying time of the hair. It really, really adds shine, moisture, and the serum makes your hair look really good. You get that soft, silky feeling of on the hair. And if you use it before you blow dry the hair with like a round brush to make really, really nice blow dry, this product really helps you on the way. And to be used to cut down the drying time is just a super, super extra good bonus. It's also heat protection in it. The Physiologic Shine Spray, looking like this, is a part of the finish step. So it's a part of that third step. This is a brilliant finish product that you use when you have done the style, when you have straightened the hair, you have curled it, you have done waves, whatever. This one to add just as a finishing product on dry hair to add shine and to really make it, the hair reflect really, really well in the light, in the sun, and to make it completely frizz-free and really, really good looking. And it's really, if you add this one in the morning, it will last the entire day. Physiologic Shine Spray, a part of that third step. Cleanse and hydrate, foundation, fixation. I will say this many more times. I will give you a call at midnight tonight saying, cleanse and hydrate, foundation, fixation. You will have that as a loop in your mind until you feel really safe in talking about it, educating your customers and working with it. Dryer products, not necessarily in that third step, because we got Rootalicious, a mousse, a volume building mousse that comes out just beautiful. Just need a tiny amount, it swells and it grows. And this one, to add in the roots, onto the scalp, and of course on the lengths, because this is like the lovely, lovely part of a mousse, that this is not just a root lifter. A mousse is not just a root lifter and something you can use here. This can be used in the entire hair, depending on what kind of quality or hair you got. This can be used on all hair, on curls, to help those curls get really bouncy and shiny, for really fine, thin, short hair, for longer hair, for all hair types, as a part of that second step, the foundation. This one you add in damp hair. You add it into the roots, you run it through the lengths. Sometimes I use some in the roots, and then I press some of the air out, or maybe almost all of the air out, until I get a really, really nice cream to work with like this. And I add it to the lengths on finer, thinner hair before I blow dry. You get a really, really nice, silky, soft feeling. And you add this on the lengths before you blow dry. And when you blow dry then, what happens? You get a lot of volume onto the roots, because everyone wants volume here. Not everyone wants volume down here, but we want volume up here. You add this onto the roots, onto the lengths, and what happens when you start blow drying it? Say you blow dry it to like 85% dry before you add your brush, and when you start creating your look, when you add that brush with mousse, you get that tension that you want when doing a blow dry. And that is what you want when you're blow drying a hair. You want control over the hair. And that is what the customer finds really difficult, is to use a blow dryer and a brush. But you know how to do it. So you can use blow dryer and a brush. With that mousse, it gives it the perfect tension to make those curls, to make a style that really, really lasts. When the customer is struggling with using a round brush and a dryer, because I know it's not easy for them always to do that by themselves, especially if they got longer hair, recommend them to use the brush 3040. Then they can create that almost the same kind of look that you can create with a round brush and a dryer. And with a mousse, you get everything you need to have the best foundation before you're adding the third finishing part, fixation part of your routine. And in that fixation part, I can say we have like these products and the wax. We have Desert Dry, which is a volumizing dry texture spray that is super, super, super good on any curls or waves that you have made with a straightening iron, a curl bar, or something like that, to add a long-lasting effect. It gives you volume. It's a dry product. It gives you texture. You can layer it and you can add it so you can get it exactly the way you want it. Because when you have been drying the hair, you've been styling it with some kind of curl bar. This is what you can add before you run your fingers or before you comb it out, or even as the final product before you're done. You get really those curls to last with this product. And we got dry shampoo called Dry Queen. And as I've said so many times before, dry shampoo shouldn't be forgotten, because this is the best way to keep a newly washed hair fresh for so much longer. It's not about trying to save something that is washed 5 days ago. Then it should be washed. Then it's unfresh. If you have this one, when the hair is newly washed, completely dry, you can make the hair lift from the roots, and it absorbs natural oils, and it will keep the hair from getting greasy. Dry shampoo for roots, for lengths, to create something fun, to create texture, to create a feeling of a bit of drier feeling. So this can be used for all those finer hair, normal hair that want some texture in their hair. If they want to make a ponytail, they can use it together with the Desert Dry. If they want to create like a messy bun that they feel like, I can create a bun, but it's not messy and good looking, it's just looking really stiff. With those kind of products, they get that good base to make their style to last. Of course, a hairspray, Original Queenie, that is the same name as Josie, the founder, got on her Instagram. So go in, give her a follow. She travels the world weekly. You never know where she is, because one day she's in San Francisco, the next day on New Zealand, the third day back in Australia, and then she's in Paris. It's so inspirational to see what she does. She's visiting obviously a lot of customers. She is seeing so many customers all the time, doing so many beautiful things in Australia and everywhere. And as I mentioned before, she came to our launch in Manchester in September, and it was an honor to have her there. And on Instagram, she's called Original Queenie, and that's also the name of this product, the hairspray. I just have it in the travel size bottle here, but it of course comes in a full size as well. And it's a firm hold hairspray that you can use. I use this one a lot when a hair is dry. I spray the hair before I use my curl bar to make the curls to last. I spray, I curl, I let it cool, brush it out or comb it out, and then I add either the dry texture spray, I can add some Frizzy Logic Shine Spray, depending on in what kind of way I want. But this Firm Hold hairspray, it's a beautiful hairspray that doesn't make your hair messy, sticky, tacky, or anything. You get just beautiful results. You can take down all those flyaways with this one. You can layer it, you can brush it in, you can spray it onto your brush and then distribute it in the hair. A hair is a really good hairspray, and the way you use it, it comes out really, really fine and not too hard. Many hairsprays, they come out, I would say, too concentrated, too hard. So you end up having just like a weird wet spot here. And that's what you want. So this one really goes all over the hair. You can brush it through, you can leave it as it is. And if you're doing a lot of updos or bridal hair or things like that, a really, really nice product, because it doesn't become like white and powdery or anything. It really blends into the hair and gives you beautiful results. A wax, a dry wax spray. And I know now some of you are saying, oh, I won't be using that product, but you will. I promise you, you will, because this is not just to create a lot of texture, wet texture. You can use this if you want to create that most smooth, beautiful, shiny look. If you want that really, really sharp look on a long hair, on a medium long hair, on a bob, on whatever hair you are doing, where you want a really, really smooth finish, this product is, it's a game changer, to be honest. Because when we're talking spray waxes, many of our customers, many of the people I talk to saying, oh no, I don't do that much short hair, and you just get a texture feeling that it's a bit waxy and a bit sprayy, and yeah, I don't know how to use it. But if you are straightening the hair or doing some sleeker, if you want to do a really, really, really sleek, really tight ponytail or a bun or something that looks really, really shiny, and there is not one single hair strand standing out, this is the one to use. Of course, on those textured looks, on shorter hair, on all those people with shorter hair where they want the waxy feeling, but with the spray effect. But don't forget to use this on those sharper, really shiny, precise kind of looks. I challenge you to try that. There's also a wax in a jar, really good for short, medium long, or even long hair as a finishing product. You can use it in a shorter hair, in damp or in dry, and in longer hair. I'd love to just add a small amount in my hand to warm it up and to run it through my lengths. Or on a customer or a model that got a bit of thicker hair where you know it will expand. You can add that wax just as a finishing product on the length. That is basically the retail range. So it's not that much. It's not too many products. It's not hard to choose between. And it is beautiful product that really creates something for each customer and for you. And when it comes to all those parts of O&M where we talked about the clean liquids that I know you're already working with, we talked about the clean tones that I know you love by now. I know you've just had them for a couple of weeks, but the results I've seen is outstanding. I know you will have the same results with the retail and with the care products and with that styling. And please remember, cleanse and hydrate, foundation, fixation. Easy to remember and easy for you to describe to your customers, because they don't know when to use a texture spray. They might use it, you know, when the hair is damp or not as a finishing product. So educate them, share to them what you know, then you will maintain them as a customer. You will be able to recommend them more products because you know what those products does to their hair. You know they need a mousse in the roots to get that lift. You know they need no knot on the lengths to keep it free from knots. You know they need the physiologic serum for heat protection and to add that shine before they do a blow dry. And you know they need physiologic shine spray as a finishing product to add that beautifully cosmetic, shiny, beautiful feeling. This kind of training will not be super much about cool color. I know the cool colors are coming into the UK. I know some of you already are trying them. We will have an event January 9th in Manchester together with a European educator, Bruno, who's coming. He's based in Munich at the moment, but he's coming to Manchester, coming to the UK to see you. And on that event, we will talk all about color. But I will mention a few things about the core color that is good to know, because when you're taking on a new color brand, there are things that is good to know. And so it will make the life so much easier for you when you're using them, when you're trying them on new customers. You can use them as permanent, the core colors. You can use them as demis. There are activators from 1% up to 12. So from 3.5 volt up to 40 volt. The core colors are to be used 1 to 1.5. If you are creating a demi with the core colors, which is absolutely fine, it's no problem to create a demi. Oh, I see someone's getting undressed here. You can use 10 volt and mix it 1 to 2 if you want to make a demi color out of the core colors. When you're doing a high lift blonde, you mix them 1 to 2. I know many people will ask. I will not run through all the pH for, you know, I have the pH for each shampoo, for each styling product, for the liquids, for the clean tones, for the colors, for the activators. That is something that we can take in a second step. But as an introduction to the colors are alkaline. They lie between pH 9.5 to 11.4. And the activators are obviously a lot lower. You can use any bond builder you want with core color. I've used Innerlux Rebond into my core colors, into my whiteners, and with extremely good results. But that is because I know Innerlux really does what it says. And you really get a good feeling of the hair. It keeps it healthy, shiny, and in really good condition. But yes, you can add a bond builder that you choose in the core colors. It's not recommended to be used on the clean liquids, because the clean liquids, as I mentioned earlier, they are pH neutral. So they won't open the cuticles, they won't close the cuticles either. They are a gloss. So if you add a bond builder into this, you can change the pH level, and that is not something we want. I know that one of the first things people ask me about when it comes to color is, what's the gray coverage? And it is 100% gray coverage up to level 9. If you got really resistant gray, which we do have from time to time on our customers, you can have a guideline that if you're having a customer with a really resistant gray, it can be here, it can be here, add, they are 25% gray, we're saying. Then you add 25% base color and 75% target shade into your mix with 20 vol, which is always the activator we recommend for gray coverage. If the customer's got 50% gray, 50% base color, 50% target shade. If the customer's got 75%, same thing, 70% base color, 25% target shade. If you want full coverage and not anything that goes up or down or any translucent result. On gray coverage, always, and this is not only on gray coverage, to be honest, this is when it comes to cool colors in general, use them on clean hair. Okay? Because if you are using them on clean hair, that secure your result, that is your insurance of that the hair will end up as you planned. Many things can happen, but that is your insurance for the hair and the result and the color in the hair to look good. I know there's many customers coming to you, you know, being like this, oh, I'm here now, you know, I've been waiting, I haven't washed my hair in a week, so now it's time for you to do it. This is not what we want to do when using cool colors in a hair. Then we need to clean it, maybe with a detox shampoo, because we want the customer to come with clean hair. That is something you can add when sending out a text or an email or a reminder, or something you can add on your website, or where in your newsletter or something, that the customer should come with clean hair when they're doing a color service. Because cool colors, they do not contain those super harsh chemicals that penetrates everything. And we don't know what the customers have in their hair, because they forget and they make things up and they lie. You know, we have all had those customers saying, no, I haven't done anything to my hair. No toner, no gloss, no nothing, nothing. And then you start doing highlights and it just reacts really weird. And of course, there is something in the hair. And it's the same with products. You don't know what's in their hair. And if you're doing a gray coverage, especially, you want a clean hair to start with. So have that in mind when starting working with core colors, that you should use them always in clean hair. Liquids can be used on dry, unwashed hair. But the more products you have in hair, the more the result can be either this way or this way. Because if the customer has a lot of silicons, a lot of buildups, a lot of dry shampoo in the hair, that can make something to the result. So gray coverage, ratios, demis, things good to know when starting working with those colors and which activators. And then it's just for you to play, to have fun. There is always something I want you to know, and that is you can always contact me if you want a session with colors, if you have questions, because I know this is new for you. I know taking on a new color brand is not just easy. Maybe it can be for some, but if you want to secure everything, you will minimize the risks of things going wrong. Please contact me and I will set an education up for you. You can contact my colleague Stephen McDowell, and he's living near Manchester. he has educations. I want you to watch the Clean Color Academy when Gary breaks down color chemistry into basics. Everything we were learned in hairdressing school. It can be, for some of us, it can be like 30 years ago, we were taught those things, and it's nothing wrong with going back and rewatch and relearn what we know, because we know these things, but it's never, it's never anything wrong with to repeat those things to feel really secure when working with colors, because these numbers are maybe built up in a different ways that your previous color were. So feel free to contact me, to contact Steven, to look in the Clean Color Academy web portal, so you feel really secure and confident when start working with those colors. As you know, there's also whiteness, 5 of them, which is super fun. And let us start with the cream whip. I hope you will use it. I hope you've already ordered it. This is a really fun way to bleach to work with. You mix this one with an activator. It doesn't swell anything in the tint bowl. You can use it in foil works, on freehand techniques, balayages, everything. It's mild, it's ammonia free. It's just a really nice whitener where you get a really soft lift, up to 6 levels, I would say. We have the pink keratin lightener, which got a low amount of ammonia in it, which gives it a bit of power. You get that extra push if you feel you need that one. That's a pink one, to be used with the activators when they are shaken, just as a liquid bottle, so you get the perfect blend. They're all recommended to be mixed 1 to 2 and use a scale. Do not take maybe a bit of this, a bit of that. If you want to secure your result, if you want the pH to work as it should be, always use a scale. When using the colors, when using the liquids, when using the lightness. There are 2 ammonia-free lighteners, 1 white, 1 blue. The same there, 1 to 2, can be used on foils, freehand, balayage, everything, scalp bleach, everything. As I said quite many times now, I think, O&M covers everything. And with the colors, there will come beautiful tint bowls, brushes, pens, whisks, everything. And there's a blue rubber brush that is absolutely amazing to work with. It's quite flat and beautiful for scalp bleaches, can be used in foils, can be used when you're working on freehand, and it's so personal what kind of tools you want to use. But with O&M, they come with a range of tools, so you can use what fits your work best. If it's a smaller pencil, if it's a smaller brush, if it's a wider one, if it's that blue rubber one, feel free to just play with them and see what suits you. Paint powder, which is for hair painting, freehand balayage. And what this does, when you mix it, it doesn't swell, and you can work on freehand with this. That's why it's called paint powder. And what this does is it's creating kind of a shell or crust, keeps working inside, but becomes harder on the outside. So you can easily create your freehand work without getting a patchy result, or that the sections stick together and make your result not look good. This one a really, really nice way to work. Paint powder, it's called. So there are a big range of whiteners from this one, from the paint powder to the low ammonia keratin lightener to the 2 ammonia-free lighteners. And one is white, one is blue. There are no big differences between them. They are not that this got more performance and or more power than this one. They are really, you get the similar result. And the cream whip doesn't swell at all either. Really, really nice, easy to work with. You get a soft, beautiful result, a soft, beautiful lift with this one. And there is so many things in O&M, but there are no things that I've experienced that I don't need. I need them all for different reasons. I use them all on different kinds of hair. And that is what a really good brand does. It fits someone and can be used in many different ways, depending on the way you work. The retail range, as I said, it's not a massive one. The liquids, not a massive one. And because they're intermixable, you can create just the shade that you want. The clean tones, not a massive range there either, which is not negative because you have those 7 shades and you can easily create exactly what you want for your customer. So you don't need 30, 40 different clean tones. You can use these and create all the results that you need. The core colors, as we talked about, we can create permanent color results. We can create demis. So you can make everything out of O&M. You can make highlights, scalp bleaches, freehand balayage works, whatever highlights you want. You can create permanent colors. You have great coverage. You can create demi colors. You have your clean liquids, which is the glosses, the root melts, the tip outs, everything where you want a glossy, really nice finish. You got the clean tones when you want to maintain the color you have created at home. And you got the entire retail and care range for people to take home and enjoy and just keep the hair looking really, really good. Again, I can't say enough how happy we are, how proud we are to be a part of this O&M world and O&M community that I really want you to be a part of as well, because this is an opportunity that we don't have that many times in our lives when it comes to things like this. It's a great opportunity for you, for us to help you grow your business in the way you want, and for you to be a part of this community. If it's a smaller part, or if you thrive and aim to become a bigger part of that global O&M community. We have so many exciting news for you for the next year. It's soon Christmas. I know you're busy. I know you're working a lot with this process already, but next year we start the 9th of January with an event in Manchester. Together, it's me, it's Bruno, it's all of us at SBS. Then we just go on with that year having exciting stuff planned. Brilliant people coming to the UK. We have not that much that I can share with you when it comes to what products that are coming, but the world of O&M is growing. I can hint a bit about there will be an extended liquid range with more tones coming, and it will be additions to the retail and styling. I will not tell you what, but I know you will be loving it and that you will like it, because it's amazing products with so much passion and a thought behind every product that runs through this entire brand. So please, please join us, have fun, play with the products, try them, use them, contact me. You know, I'm always so glad to help you out, to get the best possible start, to help you when you're struggling with the color, with the liquid, don't know how to use a product, you want more deeper information about ingredients or pH or what they do, all those, you want more information about those native Australian extracts that are in them, please just contact us, because we are here to help. And as I said before, my main goal is for you to shine, for you to grow. And I think that was about it. We covered retail, we covered a bit of liquids, a bit of color, gray coverage, the whiteness, the clean tones. And I am so happy that you watched this. We at SBS are so very happy to have you on board. I'm not speaking for myself, I'm speaking for all of the team that works at SBS, the sales team, all the people at the office, at the warehouse. Everyone is doing such a hard and incredible job to make you get your products, to help you grow, to set up accounts, and we will be there for you, and I will be there. I can promise you that I will be there for you whenever you need it, whenever you want it. And yeah, I'll see you in January in Manchester. That would be fun. Thank you for watching. See you soon again. Bye.